Where are you based, Malika?
I'm in Maryland.
Maryland. Okay.
You're Hita, right? Or Rashmi?
I'm Rashmi.
Oh,
Hita is another IMK member.
oh, okay.
I guess you had joined us once for the
Yes,
NLP thing,
once.
right?
Yes,
Wednesday
yes.
night.
Yeah. So I also wanted to understand one thing in NLP. Do you all practice NLP or you all talk about it?
So what we do in that sessions are like one of us prepares and presents.
Okay.
And if certain exercises are there, we do practice or
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. But it was wonderful. I mean, the way you prepared so extensively and so much time and effort you're taking, that's really marvelous.
no, I just love, I feel blessed when I get an opportunity to present because that makes me a good student, to prepare. So it's my revision, my learning.
Wow,
So
absolutely.
I'm always hungry to, okay, when can I get a chance to? I wish, this was there when I was a student back then, but
Absolutely. Probably you had to learn all this and then bring it for us, so you
yeah,
prepared.
absolutely. Thank you for your kind words. I appreciate it.
Sure. I
Good
mean, I
morning.
can clearly see the effort.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time and effort. It's not easy.
Right. And that helps me. So
Right.
even when I come here, and this
Right.
has been my journey for last 35 plus years, but so I don't need to prepare or read books or something. You
Oh,
reach a certain stage where, it just flows.
wow.
As far as my areas of expertise that I serve my community in is
Mm-hmm.
because it more comes from my life experience and,
Oh.
as a parent or how I raise my kids or other thousands of kids I have helped or families.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful. So, what kind of kids have you helped? Because I also am grappling in this area.
Yeah.
So, I would love to know and understand this.
Happy to share and connect and, just as in when you can come or see the videos because the
Yeah.
whole purpose of me doing this is, we come, we talk because, and trust me, every parent goes through this. I don't think there is any parent in the world who has never faced any challenges.
Right.
We feel we are prepared. I mean, I just love when things unfold. Even when I was last 2 weeks, I was out on a mother daughter trip
Uh huh.
and it wasn't just relaxing or having fun or reading books and, sitting on the beach and all that. But what
Okay.
I am thankful for is how one or two things unfolded from probably 15 years back. And I'm so thankful for that.
Oh, wow.
Like, and I had myself as a mother had a different vision. What I was looking at certain things when my
Mm-hmm.
daughter was probably 8 or 10.
Mm-hmm.
And this time I had a very new revelation to look at the same situation
Okay.
and acknowledge it at a completely different level.
Oh.
So we are consistently evolving. Sometimes we feel, okay, I'm just, I'm more stressed out as a parent when my child is at home.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel parenting is a lifelong journey.
Right.
Even when we are in our
Absolutely.
40s, we look back or connect with our parents. So my biggest takeaway from my this trip was like how certain uncomfortable things that we don't want to talk about because it
Mm-hmm.
shows our reflection, how I did not handle it right, or I
Yes.
could have done better as a mother.
Absolutely. That's my struggle been all along. I mean, you just named it, right?
I
Right.
mean, I didn't even know. And it was a last minute trip we planned, and we went through that process, me and my daughter, and it came out even beautiful, where I
Mm.
saw a different thing. Oh, wow. I genuinely say I wouldn't have seen the same thing 5 years back because of the continuous learning and growing, being able to see, not from my point of view, because from my point of view, I'll be always right. I've done the
Right.
best. I'm sure all the parents, welcome parents here. I'm so thankful for all of you coming here and doing things for yourself and your child. We always feel I gave my best. I don't think any parent will say I didn't do. But the
Exactly.
biggest thing is, can I shift and see from my child's point of view? I wasn't even aware what my child needed. If I was showing,
Absolutely. Yeah.
it was like, it's a revelation, Malika. So,
Absolutely. So one thing that I would like to share is that many times parenting with us, how it has been, we say and you follow. Don't
yeah,
use your mind. Nowadays, it is our kids are teaching us something.
right.
So it's like they have a very different perspective and their points are very valid. Their feelings are valid. We can't just discard like how our feelings were discarded at that time.
Yeah. So the
So,
conflicts, what goes on, you said so rightly. We have been
mm,
conditioned.
mhm.
Go ahead. Sorry, I don't want to stop you. Go ahead. You have something more to share.
Yeah, so the thing is that just that feeling like, okay, that time we also had to learn, even now we are learning. But now what we are learning is like, it's also helping us see it from their perspective, like you very rightly said. And it is very important that we understand them. So to avoid the conflicts, because what conflict is causing, it's an ego clash. You do as I'm saying because I'm your parent. No, I am a parent, but I'm supposed to guard, to groom you, to nurture you. I'm not your, what do you say, some authority. So that's how parenting was for us. But our children are teaching us differently.
Our generation, because we have been conditioned certain way, like just follow, don't ask. So
Don't
our
ask.
brain or capability or ability was never developed.
Right.
And then being as an adult, our egos are so strong
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
we as an adult cannot accept that I did something wrong, because in our mind I gave everything I got,
Mm-hmm.
but I never
Mm-hmm.
checked the data what I got, whether it was right or wrong, or
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about myself individually. I just gave what I learned. I gave what I learned without even thinking or applying my mind to it. And that's
Yeah.
why my daughter's always asking me, why you're doing this? Okay, why this is right? So even I have started questioning myself. Okay, yeah, I need to stop there and question, why am I doing like a robot? I have a mind of my own. I can think about things. I can then work it out. So yeah,
I mean, you said it so beautifully, Malika, because see, how do we expect ourselves to practice what we never learned?
absolutely.
If somebody
Absolutely.
never learned Bharatnatyam dancing and we expect that person to do Bharatnatyam, it's not possible.
It's not possible.
It's so easy to understand in our mind when we talk of such examples or analogies, but when
Yeah.
it comes to our parenting, it's so deep in, and we take it personally, whether we are a mom or dad. I gave my best and you're still thankless.
Yes.
That's where it
Yes.
starts. So
Yes.
it's, I mean, if two doors are shut,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
how is there going to be any transaction or interaction? Because the
Mm-hmm.
kids, and kids are observing. Many times parents feel that we face challenges when we have a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Teenager doesn't grow up overnight. Teenager
Mm-hmm.
doesn't come in a moment. Teenager, it's like a ticking time bomb building from when they're 5, 6, 7, 8. Only thing is, all these years when they are young, they're absorbing. They're not able to express.
Yes. Yes, you're
When they
right.
become a teenager, they're trying to find their voice and
Mm-hmm.
express. And we see what happened to my child overnight. Why
Mm-hmm.
my son or daughter exploding? Because
That's so true. That's so true. Absolutely. So what happens, I think we behave unconsciously in the house. So
yeah,
the way we operate, the child is only absorbing that because we only are the role models in front of the child, but we don't realize
yeah.
what how it is impacting the children. And we suddenly, if the child is behaving something, we say, why are you doing like this? Actually, it is they only who are mirroring us.
So we question, we judge, and we blame. And I'm not saying
Mm,
we are wrong, because
mm.
that's what we learned.
Right.
We never learned to ask, what happened? Why are you doing? We say,
Hmm.
don't do it.
Don't do it. That's right.
We want to brush off anything they have, or
Absolutely.
questions, or why they're feeling certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Right.
because we don't love them, because we were never given that space growing up.
Yes, absolutely right.
We
Yes.
were never asked.
Never.
Like now today's kids, they'll ask, what do you want? You want orange juice or apple juice?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
as a child, we never even got a juice. So
Absolutely right.
how will we think of, oh, what is my choice? What do I like? When you never
Exactly.
had an option, or you didn't grow up in that.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's where two doors are shut down, and it just keeps growing apart, and we feel, what did I do everything for?
Do
Because
wrong. Exactly, exactly, exactly.
that's because though careers, money, everything is important, at the
Yes,
end of the day, we all want happy family love and
yes.
want to see our kids thrive
Yeah, right,
and
right,
have that connection with us where, what we had when they're 4 or 5, or, when we were their world.
right.
Thanks, Raj. Appreciate it. Raise your hands or something.
Yeah, please,
Malika and
only
I
we two
just got.
are only, I just started talking. Sorry,
Yeah, but
everyone.
Malika, what you and I are talking applies to everyone. And so if anyone has, just raise your hand and,
Yeah, yeah,
please,
please.
and if
Yeah,
possible, come on video or whatever comfortable. It's our space.
right.
So what I wanted to start today is exactly same thing. Like, one of the questions Karuna had asked, and we have that has been pending to answer, like, uh, teenagers not listening, or when we tell them, because now we are acquiring more and more knowledge how it can help, we want to
Mm.
pass it on to our kids. We want them to use it right away. Please use it. I have invested so much time, energy, and money. Use
Mm-hmm.
these skills, use these strategies,
Mm-hmm.
and trust me, each one of you might have experienced, it just goes on deaf ear. Our kids don't want to
Right.
listen. So when we see that our kids are angry,
Mm.
anger is not the real emotion. It's just a surface level expression. That's how they're communicating through anger. But
Right.
what's underneath that anger is hurt, rejection, feeling misunderstood, or unfairness within the family. Kids are not angry because things are happening wrong in the outside world. They are expressing anger because they are feeling hurt in our own family, in our own, under the same roof. And sometimes as a parent, it's more difficult for us to accept that. How is that possible? And that's something we have to reflect on, because they are not holding on to that anger by choice. Nobody wants to be angry, but
Mm-hmm.
they don't know how to process that. So they stay with how they feel. And if they're feeling they want to tell 10 things, they'll probably share one, just the tip of the iceberg. And then
Right.
we see it so small, like, oh, that was such a small thing. Let it go. We fail to realize it's like they're just introducing us to that 1%. There's a whole lot more underneath it. And because
Mm-hmm.
the busiest people are parents, they're
Mm-hmm.
like, I feel like a, joker of the circus trying to juggle everything. Oh, breakfast? Ah,
Yeah.
okay. By the time I cleaned up the kitchen, lunch, now you're hungry again. And then, oh, I have a deadline. I need to send email, and then laundry. So we are the biggest. So it's, and the thing is, our kids can express their unfairness to us. Where do we
Right.
express?
Absolutely.
Where do I get a chance to even sit and with a cup of tea and relax? But hey, that's our role. So
Right.
silence is nothing, means if the child is silent, that doesn't mean nothing is happening, because they are thinking, they are replaying and feeling internally. So as a
Mm-hmm.
teenager, kids will react to anger. But when
Mm-hmm.
our kids are younger, doesn't mean nothing is going in. They are just soaking it all in, and it's going to explode when they're, pre-teen or teen. So what's important is, why is this happening? Like, because, and I have been blessed to, help thousands of young kids and teenagers and everyone. And my blessing is that they just open up and pour more. So I'm able to help them, but it also helps me as a human being, as a mother, to become better, not just towards my students, but towards my own kids. Because my kids won't tell me 100%, though I'm a coach. Because we are still parent and child. I'm still going to fail,
Right.
and I'm going to evolve out of that. So I'm thankful to these kids, because they never expressed what they expressed to me, to their own parents. They feel they are not understood.
Mm.
Common thing between every child. They will tell you I love you, But if we have to measure, if you feel your parent understands you, I mean, look at it. On this trip, my daughter turned 26 yesterday. And
Oh,
at 26, we unfolded one thing where she felt understood for the things that we have repeated multiple times. And this is my learning. So when something goes wrong or something is not right, we feel that, okay, I've handled it once, it's done, fixed, closed, done. It doesn't
right.
happen with
Exactly.
parental. That's my
Yes.
learning.
Yes, exactly. That's what even I went through. That's so correct.
So sometimes initially I would get like, what's the problem, man? We fixed
Mm,
it. Why are we going over and over and over?
mm,
Because we didn't fix it fully.
right. Mm-hmm.
If there is a bigger wound and I put a band-aid from the
Mm-hmm.
external world, I'm saying, okay, it's covered. Now, no more germs will go, nothing, it's protected. But did the wound really heal? If I do not know the depth of the wound, how am I qualified to fill the wound? That's my learning. So one
Mm,
of the things during this trip, and trust me, you all know, these are not pleasant interactions.
so,
When we go dive deep and we both are sitting with a AK-47 fine. But thankfully, because of this learning and this experience for last 30 plus years, I've been able to, okay, define it, bring up my kids to that level that, hey, we are doing this. Let's open up, let's shoot. I'm here standing as a strong mother, shoot everything that you can so I can receive it, process it, and, bring out a better closure. It takes courage. And I'm
absolutely.
blessed to have this courage through tough times, through tough experiences. So, one of the things we revisited, and trust me, I'm telling you, as a human being, as a mother, the biggest revelation for me was I never saw what I saw like a week back during that trip in all of her here. And that brought a different level of, connection and bond. And we ended up with tears. And we both are two strong women. So I'm like, thank you. Like for, I can tell you 2 weeks after now, I'm a better mother. So it's a
Nice.
journey, friends. And they don't feel understood. So when we explain them or teach them, okay, guide them too quickly, do these strategies, do manifestation, it works, write this. Why are we saying that? Because we know, we have learned, and we wish we learned 20, 30 years back. But when we are pushing it down their throat, their mind, they resist,
Mm,
they shut down. So they're not rejecting the techniques or strategies, they're rejecting us.
mm.
If, trust me, if some other coach tells them the same thing, they'll receive it with gratitude.
Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right. I just experienced this. Absolutely right.
And we get upset and mad. I'm working
Yes.
so hard, giving, spoon feeding you.
Spoon feeding you.
It's what I invested so much money. Learn it. It's not never about the techniques. And we feel like, why they don't value. We just are not looking at the same thing. That's the
Mm,
gap. Because they are trying to protect themselves because they feel every child, and I think almost say every child,
mm.
they are protecting themselves because they feel they're hurt by us as parents.
Yes. Yes, that's so true.
Because they feel they're judged. Even if they
Mm,
are being, they are trying to express, I'm angry, I'm upset, or these days kids will use words, right? I hate you, which probably none of us did. And that hate word is not accepted. So we react. Yes, Raj, please go ahead and feel free to unmute and share.
Yeah, Rashmi, same thing. Like when kids say, "Hey, I hate you, mom," or "I hate you, dad," or something, because whatever we are doing, if they don't like or something, that's the reason. They do. How exactly we have to react, and what should we go in our mind and what's going on in their mind, how to control that situation. And that is one thing. And like, even though if you say, hey, don't say that, don't say that, no, he will say more. So that was happened. And one more thing, like, even though like my wife prepares so many things for my kid, like if he asks pasta, she'll do it. If he asks paneer curry, she'll do it. Like, and in a day, like, she will do like three, four items also she do. Sometimes with the love, and even though she's not, she's feel tired, but still she do. But my kid asks when he's at home, he orders like a hotel.
Mm.
Mom, I need this. And so, uh, I mean, he eats, I mean, of course, not everything. Eats little bit, but how exactly we have to make sure, like, when they ask, we should say no, or we should say only eat this, or how can we stop this? Of course, we are the one like who started this. Whatever he's asking, like, we either we bought or we prepare at home. Yeah, these two things I need a clarification. What exactly we are doing, right or wrong, and how exactly we have to handle this situation.
Beautiful, Raj. Thank you for sharing. And I have just noted down. So I'll start with the first thing when you said, like, when our kids tell us, I'm angry or I hate you, let's use the word hate because I guess that's so common with them. And we're like, you hate me? How, like, how can you even come to that terms? And I've gone through this when my daughter was again third grade, I think. One time she comes back and says, something happened. And she's like, why did you do this? She's like, oh, my bad. And I got so angry. How dare you say my bad, as if she's, being sarcastic, or I didn't know this. Like, so calculate the age back, guys. If she was 8 years old, it was 2008. And I got so mad with that word, my bad. And I probably said things I shouldn't have said. And a month later in my office, one of the Indian kids who was born in US, but was my colleague, something happened and his name is Shashank. And Shashank said, my bad. And I'm like, something connected, something rang a bell. After the meeting, I said, Shashank, I need to talk to you. He's like, what happened? I'm like, listen, this is what happened in my situation, but you're born here and you said my bad. What does that really mean? And he's like, it means, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I'm like, really? I'm like, I got so mad. I thought my daughter was saying my bad as if with an arrogance or, I don't care. So when our kids are saying I hate, because you and I never use that words ever towards our parents or family, it's unacceptable to us. So the biggest lesson, Raj, is the meaning of the word means different to you and to your child. So when they are saying, you're muted, Raj.
Oh, okay, whatever you're carrying with your past and everything, you are thinking like too much
No, right,
when they're
because
saying
that's
hate.
your definition. That hate is not, that was my
Ah,
learning. And
okay.
I went back and I apologized to my daughter when she was in third grade. I'm like, Nupur, I learned something what you said from, my office colleague. But that wouldn't have happened if I didn't interact with a colleague who was born here in this culture. So my
Mhm.
biggest learning from that experience, Raj, was when we hear something and it hits us, let's find out what does it mean to the person saying it.
Right.
If we both are at the same, like, certain things we'll talk, right, in our Indian culture, but if we do the same thing with our American people or non-Indian, it will not be understood the same way. So we understand this part, but when it comes to parenting, we are
When you said
very
that,
strict.
Rashmi, like, I remember one thing, like, I mean, I mean, I'm from Hyderabad. Okay, we call it as a Telangana state. So
Yeah,
my friend is from Rayalaseema, like Andhra. So, like, we talked to my mom like a friend in
right.
Telangana. Like,
Yeah,
our respect level was, I could say, maybe low. Like, we call mom, I'm a pove. Pove means like, it's a, just like you're saying to your bro, hey,
right.
bro, kind of stuff. So he was literally, are you serious, Raj? Like, you are saying like pove to your mom? I mean, that word. Like I said, yeah, it's a quite common here. Like I said, no way. I can't even imagine that. Like, I don't do that to my mom at all. we call moms like in a singular word.
Right.
We don't give any special respect. But my friend, I mean, we both are speak same language and the same
Mm.
region, but the region is different a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
They respect a lot. They always add like a G, like in
Gee,
Hindi,
right.
G, like
Yeah.
they kind of stuff, or else maybe they don't call just like that to their mom and dad.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, when you say that the cultural difference, yes,
Right.
we
Right.
have that.
What you saw experience with your mom, I had with my dad. So my dad had allowed me and my brother, we could talk him in single ways as if we are talking to a friend. Are ture.
Uh,
Like, and I
uh,
remember I was in my 11th grade in college and I was getting late. So I was talking to my dad on phone and I was talking like, हाँ मैं देर से आएगी तू आएगा and all that. And my friends were like, whom are you talking to? I'm like, I'm talking to my dad. I'm like, your dad? So it can be misunderstood, right? So when our kids say they hate us, we block, we shut down. We say they are shutting down. Actually, we shut down more without realizing that how dare you say hate. And we are so much on that word that we lose everything. And that actually builds more resistance in our kids. So when they say, oh, they don't understand, that's exactly what they mean. Think about it right now. We are discussing in the moment right now. Your child said, I hate you. And you're so angry, which is normal. I'm with you guys because I've done that. And we are not willing or open to listen. What does hate mean to that child? Maybe the child is not hating you. The child is hating the situation, the timing, the feeling. Haven't we, each one of us, felt so angry or in the moment when we lose whatever we have worked hard for? We are expressing. And that moment has gone, and 5 minutes down the road, the child is not feeling that. But we are banging with that word every time. You said hate, and next time our child is in that situation, they know this is not the person I need to go to.
Right.
They will never tell because they are not even realizing. And when they start realizing, by then the gap has increased so much, and you're craving like a parent. Oh, you have a problem, come to me. Every parent has said that to your child or expect that. I am the best resource. Come to me. I'm always there. And I'm the one who has built that gap that I had made sure you will never come to me. Because I didn't try to understand. And again, it's not my fault. It's not your fault. You just didn't know. If I didn't have that revelation with Shashank at my office a month later, even now, I would have carried my daughter. My daughter said, my bad. And we laughed. We laughed even then. She's like, oh, so now you have to learn from the world. You didn't trust your daughter, but you have to learn. And she's so right. I think God has designed special kids for me to hit me back, so strong kids that you are trying to be stronger. Here is a stronger version which will show you your reflection. But they feel vulnerable, they feel judged, they feel that you're exposed. Because guess what? We don't stop with them. We'll tell our spouse, we'll tell our mother or their grandmom or whatever. You know what these kids are? This kid said, I hate you. So we are exposing them. And again, that is happening by default because probably our parents did that when we did wrong. We were exposed to. So we have picked up those conditionings. And then parents, we want resolution for our kid right away. You have a problem? Here, do this technique. It works. I know I paid for it. So you do it. And the child is like, you don't even know me. Imagine a doctor giving a medicine prescription to a patient without even knowing the patient, all the disease or whatever they're going through. Because I'm a renowned doctor, I can prescribe anything. Here's the prescription, take it. I invested 20 years learning this, so take it. It's the best. अरे पर वो प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है ना बच्चे का, पेशेंट का प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है. And we can see this visually. Each one of you can visualize it, what I'm talking. And we fail to visualize it with our kids because there's a mismatch. We feel the mismatch and our child feels the mismatch. And that's where the resistance starts building. And until our kids are preteen, they are being very sweet and they're doing us a favor. by agreeing. What you and our generations have, even today, will not argue with our parents. We'll let it go. So they are letting it go just because they love us. But we think we are the best. But then their patience ends when they enter the preteen and teen. Then they start, delivering what they have been feeling for years. So the thing is, many times we try to fix the damage after the damage is done. So the work I do in my world, I call it success insurance. Each one of us will never let our child or ourselves drive auto without auto insurance. Anyone here without auto insurance driving? That's a no-brainer, non-negotiable. And what does that auto insurance does? When you meet with an accident, it possibly might help you after paying your deductible to fix your vehicle. And you are so okay with that. But we are never trained to think, what if I could do something so I can avoid the accident? What if I can learn or my child can learn? And I'm telling you this because I am the living proof of that child who got these skills as a teenager. So I was able to avoid a lot of accidents. I'm not saying 100%, but I was equipped early on with the skills. Who am I? What to do? How to handle things? How to interact with people when things go wrong? Because things are going to go wrong. But I was equipped with that so I could avoid a lot of things. It's more of practice and learning. It doesn't cost much of money. It's a tiny bit of money. And when my dad invested that money in me to learn these things, when I was doing my engineering, we couldn't afford it as a family at all. But my dad did that. And I can tell you, it's not 100 or 1,000 times. Probably the ROI has been million times. And if my dad didn't put that money then for me to learn these things from the outside world, I can't even imagine the damages that I would have experienced. I wouldn't be here. It's not like bad things didn't happen to me. And the worst thing was when I hit life, when challenges came, guess what? I was alone. My dad wasn't there with me. He had already passed away. He wasn't even physically in this world. But I carry my dad in my heart because my dad gave me the gift how to handle life without even realizing he won't be there. And for that learning, even since my daughter was 2 years old and my younger son, I've always passed on to them because seeing my dad, watching my dad, losing him in one night gave me a biggest learning of life that I don't know if I'm going to be there for my child. I didn't wait for my kids to be 18 to tell them certain things. I told them in their own language as they were growing up, because I think personal experiences have bigger impact on us. If I didn't lose my dad, I wouldn't be this person. I'm like, what if I'm not there? And kids will process things because that has helped me and my kids. Because as our kids grow, they're going into an identity formation age where they're trying to identify themselves. They want their independence. They want to make mistakes, but we are trying to avoid that. And that's where, again, things happen. Because for them, even our good advice feels like control. That because, the movie starts playing in their mind. Oh, my mom or dad is not allowing me to do this because they feel I will fail. If I fail, I'll be judged. If I'll be judged, their trust will be broken. So it's not just one thing. Because of the patterns, we all have lived together, right? Parents and child. We know their patterns. They also know our patterns. They know what we are thinking without even speaking. With our facial expressions, they know what, we don't even have to speak after 5-10 years. They know what's going on. So it's
they know very well how to trigger our emotions. And they know very well where to punch.
And second thing, Raj, I forgot, we went on. So hate was one thing. Hope that's clear, the word.
Yes, understood. Right? Yeah, so it's not about the
forward,
bad.
You see something, take a pause
inside.
and see, or probably, figure out from the outside world, because sometimes if we ask the child, they may not even know or they may not express. I've also seen kids saying, there's no point in explaining you. You won't get it.
Yes. Yes.
That's the standard word. You won't get it. So
You
I'm
won't
not
get it.
wasting my time. They're very clear and we feel they're rude.
Yes.
One more experience which I have experienced is like when you say that we never said this to our parents, like some vocab, they are sometimes one or two times it's okay. Third time, my child is like, "Ki, you are different. I am different. You are a good child. You are the best child in the world." So it creates that block. Rather than that, let's accept them at that level, that understanding, and we want them to be competent enough in this world, especially outside India. We are like, they have to mingle. And here, if they are taking up that vocab, then we are like, no, no, you cannot do this. These are not our roots. This is not what we teach in our family. So there we have to create that balance, that where we want them actually. We should have that clarity.
Thank you,
Raj,
Vrishali, for
one
this
more thing.
golden nugget.
And one more thing, Raj, as you said, na, pasta and that example, I have faced that, I have experienced that. And what helped me there is like role play. Sometimes let the child be in that role, maybe at his level, whatever age. I'm not sure about the age of your child, but
6.
I do that. 6, 7. In that case, it is quite possible. So it's like, ki, now you are mom and you nag behind. No, I want it this way. I want it this way. And then the child, in fun way, the child will realize. And it happens with my child. And after some time, he's like, please stop. Now we are stopping
I,
this game.
That's
And
wonderful.
then it's like, okay, now you got it. What I say, that I cannot cook 3 dishes because all three of us, it has to be one single dish. And now that has reduced a bit. Not like gone, because child is child, of course, it's not. But to some extent, I was able to manage that.
that's beautiful. Thank you,
And
Vrishali.
sometimes I'm being strong enough. You don't want to eat, it's okay. This is what I have cooked. And over the time, he will realize that if I want to eat, that being strong sometimes also helps to make them disciplined. That also I experienced, because as a mom, I will be like, no, what if he doesn't eat? It's okay. Sometimes he will realize after an hour, and that happens. Then he will have the same thing, but I have to wait for an hour for that. So that saying no and protecting your boundary is also like a big thing, what I realized over time. But yes, it takes that effort.
True. So yeah, instead of reacting to that situation, try to make it a role play, or else wait for some time. Then he will understand what's going
And
on.
one more thing is what Rashmi we were discussing, na, that what we learn, we try to give it to them. That also we experience, that we are learning lot of things and we want him, oh, at this age, if you learn, it's going to be very helpful and all. But yes, just give it in chocolates, in pieces, as activities, then that becomes sustainable rather than sharing that knowledge. Otherwise, that overexposure, it's going into negative loop. So rather than sharing that knowledge, it's like we are giving him some activities. You do this and see what happens. Then it is helping in a better way rather than sharing the knowledge.
Mm.
We are helping him with implementation. As you say, that skills we have to develop. So that is the way forward.
So true. It becomes like a power struggle. Like we are trying to push in and they are trying to avoid it. And what I was saying, when each one of us, I'm fully guilty. When we tell, we were never these kids. We never, anybody said that to their kids?
Yes, sometimes.
Think about it, how manipulative we are. The reason
Exactly.
we are saying this, to say how good we were, and we are, my daughter calls it, don't be passive aggressive. We are passively telling them, these are the standards we followed. You are failing here. We are not using that words. We are just saying, oh, you can, we never said that. We were so scared. The hidden meaning is, we didn't do it, so you shouldn't do it, and you're failing. You are being disrespectful. And they are way smart enough to get all the meanings, not just the surface level. And that's where the hate comes towards us. Like they try to be the hero I'm so good. Like Rishali said, you are the best kid. You be the best kid. They have come to terms. I'm the worst kid. Okay, I'm happy. I don't want to be the best kid.
In fact, sometimes I purposely share that I have also done this. I used to trouble my mom like this. So it gets more relatable. And then he also feels, okay, whatever I'm doing as a child, I'm supposed to do that, but there has to be a limit. So I consciously share some things. Ki, I used to do this. My mom used to tell me, I used to say no. Because I'm not the best child, but keep that balance and learn to keep that balance. So consciously I'm doing that, ki my negative points or vulnerability also I'm sharing with him sometimes, because I want him to be at the same level. As a friend, I want him to share, then I am also supposed to be like that. So that in fact child ego, parent ego, and adult ego, we all have come across these concepts. So that is using that very consciously helps in those situations.
That was yet another biggest gift my dad gave me. He just didn't share his successes, he shared all his failures with me. And I share all my failures with my kids, good, bad, and ugly. And I've learned from my dad's failures much more than what I learned in my MBA. I've learned much more sitting in his meetings with his clients and, how to negotiate, how to talk than what my MBA taught me. And I'm like an open book to my kids, even when things didn't work out or, some whatever happened at workplace or no matter what, because I got so much more being passed on. So it's a legacy we are building and my kids will learn and use it. So like Vishali said, so I'm not perfect. I did this, but what's important is when I hit the rock bottom, how did I come back up? When somebody cornered me at corporate, threatened me or something, how did I handle? Or in
Right.
personal life, or a friendship broke, or somebody betrayed you, though it is hurt, but I feel more than, spending thousands of dollars on their brands or giving them an iPhone. These are much more valuable that they'll carry forever and hopefully, further.
But Rashmi, like
Because,
in case if we share everything, like a
yeah,
good and bad and
yeah.
ugly things, everything to kids,
Mm,
uh, aren't they going to judge? Aren't they going to, like, hey, oh, this is how my dad is? Like,
mm,
are they going to be keep something? Oh no, like, how we judge others, like in the
mm,
same way. Aren't they going to judge? Are they going to be maybe a relationship, maybe keep away, or maybe they think that like we are the best people, and now they're thinking, oh
yeah,
no, he may not be the best. Like he had
yeah,
so many failures. Like
right. And
so.
that's a journey, Raj, and you said beautifully, and I'll decode it in a couple of steps. First thing is, isn't it right that we also should be judged if we did something? We don't want to be judged. And we don't want our kids to judge. Do you see how our limiting beliefs or expectations are? We don't want to be judged. We want them to be open and naked with us so we can see all their flaws. But we in our role want to be, the best one. That's first layer of thought and reflection. Second thing is it's an art and science. It's a dance. What do we tell? When do we tell? How much do we tell? So it's not like 2 + 2 is 4. That's where we have to learn the art of communication or parenting. When my child, because again, if we have 2 kids, both kids will not receive at the same age, like, okay, at 8 I'm going to share this. So that's where our creativity and our mastery comes. Which child is what language or what example I can tell this child. And it is like a metamorphosis. When a caterpillar goes from the metamorphosis process and becomes butterfly, so it is like you're opening yourself up. They are going to judge you, but at the end, the bond that becomes stronger will not become until we open ourselves, if that makes sense.
Understood. Like it's not about something like you are keeping a complete kind of a movie about you, but it's about when you are interacting with the kids and with the situation, with the information, what you had experienced and what you have gone through. According to that, explain to him and make sure like it strengthen their mind or their confidence level. Yeah, that makes sense.
The
I
beautiful part is kids are not just listening, they are observing. And
observing.
you
Yeah.
cannot hide your personality. The way spontaneously you react to the situation, the kid is observing that, and that is more powerful than what you tell or what you show. So as a person, 24 by 7, my kid is observing me, so he knows me in and out. That even if you say, no, no, I never become angry, he knows that which are the
You're
moments
very
when you are
angry.
angry. So this is an experience that what you show, or actually I have listened to sister Shivani, बच्चे जो वो नहीं करते जो आप कहते हैं, बच्चे वो करते हैं जो आप करते हो.
Right.
So it's more of observation than that sharing and learn.
Yeah, and the other
If you
thing is that
try
our
not,
parents,
I'm
I'm sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
No, even if you try to hide something, you feel that you are hiding, but ultimately they know it.
They know they're very smart, they're very sharp. The other thing is that now we are talking about ourselves being vulnerable in front of our kids, like they are vulnerable in front of us. When we were young, as kids, we used to epitomize our parents. We didn't know their bad points, their good points, what they did. They just told us, and it was a command for us. बस ये कर लो. Like, ज़्यादा भेजा मत खाओ. Let me do what I'm doing. So that's why we grew up with that mindset. And that is why we are facing these hurdles that no, it should be more like a friend, a nurturer, a friend, like, open to things and understanding. But then when this sudden outburst comes, that is the time when we realize God is shaking us. Come on, get up, take care of your child. Like, you have to take care of this. This is your responsibility. That is the time when we realize, oh, मैंने क्या गलत किया था मेरी life में.
मेरी किस्मत.
Absolutely, absolutely. But actually, our kids are our eye openers. Like, there are mirror reflections, like Mitesh sir says very well. Even Shivani ji, I follow also Shivani ji, and I go by her principles, like, not to get angry, like, and not lose our peace over something else. Rather than, like, learn from it, try to understand where this is coming from and what we can do to change it.
Very well said, guys. And when we expect our kids to let go certain things, or if they are angry, like what's the big deal? So it's not a forgiveness problem. It's more of becoming ready and, having emotional safety. Because it's not one time, whatever your child is struggling with, they're angry or they say hate you or whatever they're upset about or not following what you're trying to do. It's not about that one thing. It's about their learning how to process things. And we fail to see that part because we are in the moment, short term versus long term, How
Right.
to fix this problem now? Go ahead, Malika.
Yeah, there's one question I wanted to ask. How do we teach our children to regulate emotionally? Because emotional regulation is, I think, where now the kids are struggling more because they are so much hooked onto social media. So
Right.
they are constantly being bombarded with stuff like, oh, इसने इतना आगे किया, ये आगे बढ़ गया, ये इतनी अच्छी दिखती है, मैं अच्छी नहीं दिखती हूँ. Comparison and victimhood and like, something. I mean, like nowadays, social media has become so bad. I mean, all these programs, they're ridiculing people and all that. So our kids are open to so many things. So that emotional regulation is not there. So I'm just worried on one part. How can we inculcate emotional regulation so our kids can look at us and learn from them?
What has helped me, Malika, before even we can learn to regulate the steps, if step 1 is regulation, step 0 is awareness. Am I even aware what I need to regulate?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm aware in the sense if something comes up suddenly, what am I reacting? Oh my God, ये क्या हो गया? Hi, ऐसा. So
No,
that's
yeah, I'm talking about us and also our kids. We want our
Mm.
kids to regulate their emotion, but have we equipped them how to recognize, how to be aware of that? And I've recently started, some of you already know, I have a program for kids called Fun Shop. Yesterday was our first session, and I start with self-esteem because that's the awareness. Once our child knows who they are, and we take a deep dive, knowing, figuring it out, who you are, what are your strengths, what are your shortcomings, where are you failing. God has designed with 5 fingers. No 2 fingers are same. What does this mean? Because I make them look at their hand, and this I'm anchoring them. So when they will feel that, Alex is better than me, they will see, yeah, there are different people. So I don't need to be with my student to tell them, I've given them this gift because I received this gift. So teaching kids to be aware of themselves, world is going to go crazy day by day. But the more stronger our child is, if we have empowered them or equipped them with skills, like if when we learned how to drive, it didn't matter what kind of car we were driving. Unless it was a truck or a bus, that's a different learning. But if I learn how to drive one car, then I can drive, different models. So if our child knows who am I, what my self-image is, where I need to go, then that feeling will come momentarily of jealousy or comparison, but they will have tools to process that. That is regulation. So before regulation, we have to be equipped.
Okay.
And none of our schools or colleges teach us, or we were never taught.
In fact, I
Unless
feel the schools and colleges, they are just more of competition, more of a competitive types. They are just teaching competition and jealousy. So nothing good is coming out of that.
the one message that I gave my students yesterday was, you are not you are not defined by your marks. You are not defined by others. Always remember, you have the power to become what you want to become. And this has to be gone into them at a very early age. Sometimes we feel my child is young. I mean, my kids were part of my coaching program since they were 5 or 6. We feel, what are they going to get? They'll receive whatever they receive. Even that one thing of, self-worth goes in them at 6, 7, 8, 9. That's going to help them when they're going to be 14. This is never a good time, because we get such a short window to help our kids. And unfortunately and unknowingly, a lot of damage happens because of lack of awareness, because we didn't know how to handle. Now, what Raj said starting, right? Hate. If we didn't decode that, probably he would have continued that experience.
Yes.
Not because he doesn't love his kids or his kids doesn't love him, because we are not aware. And that's where the whole thought, I'm grateful to each one of you for coming in, because I didn't get this platform when I was struggling through, when my kids were younger. And when we do one mistakes, it's very costly to go and rebuild with your child.
Yes.
And that's my thing, like, what I didn't get, if I can help, it can help so many families. Because I was thankful some people came into my life, like teaching me what my bad doesn't mean that your child is arrogant. Simple things. But the more we learn, so we can become easy with our kids. And the more we equip our child early on, so they also rise. So it's not that you becoming a better parent, but if we don't equip our child, if we all go together, there'll be still gaps. I'm still working on my gaps 2 weeks back, a week back. But it's a much better position to work, because at least you're willing to work. And and when that bond is built up, we are able to forgive each other. Doesn't mean I'm a perfect parent, doesn't mean my daughter is a perfect daughter. What means is we love and care so much for each other that we are able to hold our hands, hug each other, have probably a tear or two, and still say, I love you. And thank you for listening. And, even though we can't go back in past, thank you for letting go of your ego. And
It's beautiful. That's so beautiful. I mean, what a journey it must have been.
I can't
What
tell you.
time that, absolutely. What time, I mean, I can just sense it. What time it must have been, like, when you have complaints and yet you resolve it and yet you hold hands and still stand for each other. That's a very big thing. Very big thing.
And I can't express, I'm becoming emotional now, but I can't even tell you
Absolutely.
what it feels, Malika, as a mother, when you feel your child could
Yes,
see your journey.
absolutely. I resonate.
Because that's one of the complaints we have, right? Oh, you guys never see what I did, what I went
Absolutely.
through. And I couldn't have designed this at her 25 or 26 years of age back, 10 years back.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it unfolds. I can only do best in this moment.
Right, right.
And for both of us, for our loved ones to understand, your action was wrong, your intention wasn't wrong, because you had lack of, experience. What my expectation as a child was, you didn't know. For them to be at that level, to see that, we actually feel that I am understood,
Mm.
I am heard, I'm like, seen as me.
Mm-hmm.
And that is exactly what our kids are feeling, but they're not able to tell. So the more we change we learn and become a better human being, better parent, we are able to provide them that platform at our home, so that not now, you guys might, some of us might not even have daily challenges, but I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about when your child will be, 18, 20, 25, or 30,
Mm-hmm.
they're still your child.
Absolutely.
And actually, however we raise them or we build our relationship, guess what? It's not just between us and our child, but we are building a legacy. We are giving a gift of love, so they can be a better parent.
Right.
And that's like a long-term vision. But, the work starts now, every single day.
Right.
So the thing is, as a parent, don't try to make them open. What we want is, come on, open, tell me.
Mm.
Instead, we have to try to create a space where opening feels safe for them.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say safe, it's not the physical, oh, we live in a safe neighborhood. It's an emotional safety. It's what they feel in their heart.
Mm.
Think about it. Many times, even with our parents, we were
Mm-hmm.
not equally expressive to both mom and dad. We
Yes.
expressed what we knew this parent would understand, because that's called safety.
Mm.
You feel safe with one parent.
Mm. Yes.
So both parents should be loving equally, they did and all. But it depends on each person's personality, how we connect. Sometimes we connect with one child more because our behavior or act, personality matches. And if you have two kids, I have observed, like, you'll get along with one child well just because your personality matches and the other doesn't.
That's so true. That's so true.
So that is our, like, okay, so me and my daughter are opposite. Me and my son are same, like we don't have to. So that's how me and my dad were. We didn't have to speak. We could feel it. We could understand. And so
Same.
I'm so thankful for my daughter. Like, she and I are, the core is same, two strong-headed women, but, different
Right.
languages. How do we connect?
Exactly. Right. That's wonderful. I mean, even I
It's
am somewhere the same.
it's a beautiful journey. It's not easy, but I guess
Mm.
the end result is so precious that each one of us is willing to go through this, learn through this, and, be blessed to have this bond with our child.
Right.
Thank you, Malika. I appreciate. Thank you, Raj and Vishali and Monica, Ashish, Vivek. Welcome, Vivek. I see you here. Sainaji, thank you. And it's been almost an hour. I'm trying to keep it short so that people can watch the recording, but there's so much more we can continue. So next Sunday in our session, we'll continue more with, with how to handle so that resistance reduces. I
Yeah,
appreciate
sure.
each one of
Sure.
you. Thank you for being
Thank
the
you.
wonderful
Thank you
parent
so
on
much.
your journey.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Bye.
You're most welcome, Vishali. And guys, feel free to put on your questions, and also we'll continue this journey.